Buccaneers defense, four-man front, dropping Breeze. Breeze dropping as the pass. Oh, it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin White to the 40. Devin White from LSU. Oh, fumble football. It's loose. Scooped up by the Buccaneers. It's Devin White to the 15. Devin to the 10. Devin White to the 8-yard line. Battle intercepted. Picked off in the end zone. Bucs are going to beat the Chiefs. We're the champions of the world. Evan White, what a great second season. The All-American from LSU, Rookie of the Year a year ago, and Bucs are the Super Bowl champs.
We're now joined by one of the best players in the NFL. He's the only player this millennium to rack up 140 tackles and 9 sacks in a season, and now he is coming off a Super Bowl performance that included 12 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, a game-sealing interception of Patrick Mahomes, and I don't know, maybe something that someone would say an MVP.
Talk about it.
I don't know. Please welcome our guy, Get Live 45, champion, Devin White. What's up, Devin?
How y'all doing this morning?
We are not doing as well as you, my friend. We have been watching your Instagram and also all the photos of you celebrating over the past few days. We couldn't be happier for you. And if anyone's thinking this is just some young kid, let me explain. At 22 years old, you wore the C, the captain badge on your jersey for a defense that was loaded with veteran talent. How proud of you are you of that team and that defensive performance, knowing that you were the captain and you guys delivered?
Yeah, I mean, wearing the C on my chest, it comes with a lot, but it's something that I was always willing to take on, as the role that I wanted to be in. But, man, I'm so proud of the defense because, we came together as the season progressed, and every weakness that we showed out there on the field, we found a way to get better at it. We didn't try to be arrogant and think we was always the best. We knew we had strong points and we knew we had weaknesses, and we always wanted to improve our weaknesses. And I think that's what made us better going into the postseason. We knew what we needed to work on, and we started working on it more and more, and we became way better at it.
Super Bowl champion Devin White waking up with Good Morning Football. Has a nice ring to it. I like it. Devin, I thought the game plan and the execution were absolutely brilliant, really all postseason long, and you deserve all the credit in the world. Here's what I'm hearing a lot of this week, though. A lot of the Chiefs' O-line was injured. They couldn't protect Mahomes. He had to run, and then the receivers had a bunch of drops. I'm hearing a lot of that this week, all over. What is your response to people making the story less about the dominance of your defense and more about the Chiefs?
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing it too, and I hate it, man, because at the end of the day, I'm going to put it just for instance, when we went to Green Bay, didn't nobody say that, the Buccaneers defense did it without their starting 2 safeties on the back end. Jay White going out, Winfield not playing, guys that have been playing all year. We didn't make an excuse. We had other great guys that stepped up and played just like starters. We didn't miss a beat. So, I mean, why couldn't those guys do that? They in the NFL, they got a contract. They got to go out there and perform when they name called. But the biggest thing for me is, even when they O-line was healthy, Mahomes don't just sit right there behind them. He move around and get the ball off. So I really don't think that can justify anything. You got to put it on our front foot. They was dominant all game long. They was dominant against everybody O-line in the postseason. So it don't matter who would have went out there. They was gonna be dominant. And just credit to all my guys up front, every single one of them. They go out there and they do their thing in the run game, and when it's time to pin their ears back in the pass game, they get after it as well.
You're saying you could bring out 5 Hall of Fame linemen and your front four were going to be dominant and they were going to destroy them, my man. We love that answer. I got you. And that's exactly what you're doing right now. You've done it all year. Listen, Devin, you love your Bucs, you love your horses, and you love your LSU Tigers, my man. You love them. We were talking last week that the Super Bowl felt like the LSU Invitational. You and Lenny, and then you're going against Clyde. You're going against Darrell Williams. There were a few plays where it kind of felt like you knew where Clyde and Darrell were going, and you cleaned it up fast. What was it like being out there against your brothers from LSU?
Yeah, it's always great to compete against them because everybody know on the field, they always saying, 45 talking stuff, but I talk good stuff. I actually know these players that I'm playing against, and when I make a play on you, I'm gonna let you know about it. But I mean, I study the game. I know alignment, I know formations, and it's a tale of everything. And I just know I got to be the one to go make the play, especially when one of those guys get the ball in their hands like Clyde, because he's electric as all I get out. So if you miss him or anything, he could go for 60 yards quick. And I knew it was my job to stop it, because when you stop the run game, everything works out in your favor, and that's what we pride ourselves on.
Woo, this boy is talking today, dropping gems. He said there's a tail on every play. You're right, there's tendencies on every play. I love it when you talk. Speaking of that, as soon as the microphone hit your hands yesterday, you had some strong words for the Bucs organization regarding one of your teammates. Let's check it out.
Hey, let me say something first. Hey, we want Lavonte back again, so y'all make it happen. Do whatever y'all got to do, because I want him back. I don't play good without him. I'm letting it be known we the best duo in the world. In the world, we're the #1 team in the world. I'm so proud for my dog, man. This means more for him, because he gonna do it again.
So talk to us, man. All jokes aside, what has Lavonte meant to you?
Lavonte has meant everything to me, man. He's the best big brother that a guy can ask for, just because he's so, he's not selfish, man. He give me all the gems. He's willing to put in the extra work with me. He's willing to always critique my game and let me know where I can get better at. And it's just a pleasure, man. I couldn't have came to a better situation. And that's one of the things that I really pride myself on, is learning. Not only do I learn from Lavonte, I learn from Bobby Wagner. I reach out to all the guys that have been doing it for a long time, and I ask, hey, what can I do to take that next step? What can I do? Because at the end of the day, my goal is to be the best. And I don't want it to be a comparison. I want it to be this, what Devin White brings to the table, and nobody else can bring it to the table. But man, Lavonte, playing with him, it means the world, because I feel like it's another me out there. I swear, because the guy fly around, make plays, and he always, he's always doing his thing. He's been doing it for a long time, but I just bring more of that energy, that passion to the game. But that's not the type of person he is. Even if you get to meet him, he's more of a laid back person. You probably wouldn't even know he was in the room, if he was in there, because he's just gonna stay to himself. And I mean, that's just who he is as a person. That's who he has been, and I respect that. But at the end of the day, man, he could have, got in the. I could have came in the building and he could have told me, could have felt like I'm trying to take his spot and left me out to dry, but that's not what he did. That's not the person who he is. So, man, I salute you, 5'4".
5'4", and it's so true, because I remember pre-draft, the player was Devin White, and the comparison was Lavonte David, and then they had both of you guys at the same time, and it's just been such a great union between the two of you. Let's hope the Buccaneers can bring Lavonte back. But let's go back to Bobby Wagner, who you mentioned that you reach out to for some advice. Earlier in the week, I said at 22 years old, that Devin White was the best linebacker in the sport. And Kay said Bobby Wagner, and Kyle said Darius Leonard, and Sean O'Hara said, hey, now wait a second, Fred Warner. They're all right. They're all absolutely a subjective thing. But I ask you, someone who seems like you respect your elders, are you the very best linebacker in the sport right now?
Yeah, I mean, I respect all those guys, even the guys that's not that much older than me, such as for like Fred, other guys around the league. But man, right now, who doing it right now, as in just finishing that year, man, I got to put myself #1. And there's not no cockiness about it. You go put on the tape, and I feel like teams don't even run toss sweeps against us no more, because they know I'm gonna track it down. Teams kind of go away from things. If you go look at all the teams that we play, and you go to the running back that was great receivers that year, and go look at the yards that they have against us, they tend to not use their guys when we're in man-to-man coverage anymore, because I can run with those guys when they running wheel routes or go routes or whatever the case may be. And I just feel like, man, I bring more to the game than just playmaking ability. I feel like I'm really exciting to watch because of the energy, the passion that I play with. It makes you want to watch football, because you like, man, that guy out there having fun. And I think that kind of separates me from a lot of people, because, I never take a play off, and I'm always looking to get better. And I feel like I got better from week in and week out during the season, man. I go to work with pride, and everybody like, man, do you always have this much energy? I'm like, bro, I love what I do, and I want to be the best at what I do. So it got to start with practice, going to work, and putting that work in.
Yeah, I can confirm as a fan of football that you are exciting to watch. Think I speak on behalf of everyone, even Kansas City Chiefs fans who just know that you bring it play after play and play out. I remember meeting you draft night. You walked off stage. You probably don't remember this because you talked to so many people. It was Taylor, Luan, and I. And you'd think you'd want to talk about like the moment, the Buccaneers, all of this, and you just talked about horses, just your love of horses. And so that has stayed with you. It's been a thematic through this a couple of weeks here, a couple of seasons, because before the Super Bowl, you said that you were going to take your horse Dream for a victory lap around Raymond James Stadium. You publicly petitioned your GM, Jason Light, in fact, and last night it finally happened. So tell me how it all came together. Explain to everyone your love of horses, why it was so important for you to make it happen, and what's going through your head in this moment.
Yeah, I mean, my love for horses is like through the roof, man. I've been doing it since I was 5 years old, so I'm 22 now. That's a long time that I've been around these animals, and they bring so much happiness to my life. And, you know, now that I done switched over into this new thing called single foot with the standard breds, man, I'm taking it to a whole nother level. And, you know, shout out to all my 3 up, 1 down people. But, man, it's so fun. Like when I was going to LSU and I told my teacher, Miss Devin, that I was going to bring my horse to the class project, you know, she was like, "Nah, you can just make a video of how to put a saddle on." I said, "No, I'm bringing my horse." And then the entire staff got hold to that and they let me in the stadium. So that wasn't planned. So I was like, man, that was a cool moment. Like it was one of the best moments. So I was like, now I want to make this moment happen. If I was able to bring home the Lombardi, I was like, that's the least they can do for me is let me ride in the stadium with the trophy. Because that's like the best of both worlds for me. You know, my football aspiration and my horse aspiration. And I told Jason Light, bro, you got to make this happen. Like me and him, great. He's a great GM. You know, he's a player-friendly GM. His kids are always around. They love me. So I was like, man, can you please make this happen? And he was like, you go get that Lombardi. You bring it home, I'll make it happen for you. And he stood on his word. Nice. And I did my part by getting the trophy home, keeping it home since it was already here. And I mean, that happened, man. That was such a beautiful, blessed moment. And I just want to thank all the Bucs organization for allowing that to happen. Everybody from Brian Ford to the Glazers, Jason Light, man, Coach B.A., I appreciate you, man. That was a hell of a moment for me.
Devin White, you're an absolute legend. I don't do this often. I usually go behind the scenes and ask my connections for this. But I want to ask you straight up, can I get a jersey? I've been a fan of yours, and I love when you talk, and I love when you come on the show, but I need to have your jersey in my collection. I'm even more of a fan of you now just listening to you.
Let me know, do you need a game jersey sign, or do you need a jersey that you can wear sign? Let me know how you feeling.
I'll take a game jersey, fam.
I'll take the game jersey.
I got you. Just give me the address and I have my people send it out ASAP.
My man, I appreciate you.
It's awesome, man.
Live
45.
Tremendous. Devin, you're such a light to our show, and keep on smiling like that. You're 22 years old. You got your rest of your life ahead of you, and you're living it the way everyone should. Devin White, thank you so much for joining Good Morning Football.
Awesome.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good live day.